Hi, everyone. Welcome to Microeconomics Chapter 8, Segment 4. We're going to look at the marginal approach to profit maximization and calculation. Last segment, we looked at the total approach to profit maximization and calculation. Here we're looking at the marginal approach. So let's take a look at the slide, and you'll see there's a few key things we really need to stay aware of. The first is, what is marginal cost and what is marginal revenue? And I'll show you those again. We'll take a look at it. Let's start with output though. There's our output, and we see we've got output ranging from 0 to 9, and they're giving us a total cost ranging from 30 to 180, for example, for an output of 9. And the marginal cost, we have to remember that that's just the change in total cost divided by the change in quantity. So here, the change in total cost from 30 to 48, well, that's 18. The change in output from 0 to 1, that's 1. So 18 divided by 1, well, that's 18. So you go all the way down this, and let's do the second one. What's the marginal cost for a unit output of 2? Well, the change in total cost from 48 to 58 is 10. And the change in output from 1 to 2, well, that's 1. So the marginal cost is 10 divided by 1. And we see that we can calculate marginal cost, and it falls to a point, remember, and then rises again from there. So we hit that point of diminishing returns. But that's not so much what's important here. We just have to understand how to calculate marginal cost. So let's look at marginal revenue. And we determine that marginal revenue is price. Well, we know the price is 20. So the marginal revenue is 20. No matter how many units we sell, we get $20 for every incremental unit we sell. Marginal revenue stays the same, but marginal cost changes. So now we have to decide, what's the marginal surplus or deficit? What the heck is that? And really what we're trying to do is say, if we produce and sell one more unit, do we make it a profit or loss on that unit? So let's stop for a sec and say, if we're producing no units, we know there's a total cost of 30. So we know we've got a total loss of 30. So the minus 30. Well, what if we produce one unit? Let's take a look. Its marginal cost is 18, but its marginal revenue is 20. 20 minus 18, well, that's 2. We make $2 profit on that marginal unit. So we were making a loss of minus 30, and now we add the $2. So we're only making a loss of minus 28. That's going in the right direction. Well, let's look at producing the second incremental or marginal unit. Its cost of production went down to 10. But of course, we sell it for 20. So 20 minus 10 on that one, we're making a marginal profit of 10. We were making a loss of minus 28, but we add this marginal profit of 10. Now we're only making a loss of minus 18. This is looking good. So let's consider the third unit. Should we produce it? Well, its marginal cost has fallen further up to 2, but we sell it for 20. So we're making 18 bucks on that one. We were used to lose 18, and now we're breaking even. 18 minus 18 plus 18 is 0. So that's one break-even level of output at 3. That should sound familiar. We did it before. Well, let's keep going. Should we produce the fourth unit? Well, we look, and its marginal cost starts rising again. Okay, so what? Marginal revenue is 20. So that one gives us a gain of 17 for making that unit. So we take our break-even profit prior and add the 17, and now we've got a plus 17. So we're getting on the profit side. This looks good. What about the fifth unit? Well, its marginal cost is 7. Its marginal revenue is 20. So we're making 13 on that one. 13 added to the previous 17 is now 30. This is looking really good. Let's check the sixth one. Well, its marginal cost is risen to produce the sixth one to 20. And the marginal revenue is 20. So the surplus on this one is 0. So for that sixth unit, we make 0 producing it. So we're at this profit level of 30. Okay, let's keep going. We produce the seventh one. The marginal cost is 30. The marginal revenue is only 20, so now we're back to losing on that seventh unit. So 30 minus the loss in the seventh unit of 10 brings us down to a profit of 20. But let's keep going just for completion's sake. Should we produce the eighth one? Well, its marginal cost has really risen. Remember, marginal cost keeps rising. We can only sell it for 20, so we're losing 20 on that unit. We had 20 profit before, but if we produce this eighth unit, we lose 20. So that's another break-even point. So a quantity of 8 will have us break even. And if we decide to go to 9, its marginal cost is really big at 60. We can only sell it for 20. So we're in a big loss situation. So we want to operate somewhere between here and here. What we found is our two break-even points, 0 at a quantity of 3 and another break-even profit of 0 at a quantity of 8. Where we're maximizing the profit is right in the middle at 30, and that's at a quantity of 6. That's our profit maximizing quantity. Always take the second one. And notice one thing. Right here, let me go up and change the color to purple. Right here, we've got a marginal cost of 20, and it just equals marginal revenue. That's where we're at a profit maximizing position. So when marginal cost just equals marginal revenue, we're at a profit maximizing position. Well, let's take a look at the next page and see. The diagram. I'll just clear the colorings off of this. And if look, all we've done in this particular slide is we took this row where there's an output of 6 and it had a total cost of 90, a marginal cost of 20, marginal revenue of 20. Notice those two equal each other. Marginal surplus of 0 and total profit loss was 30. Let's take a look at this down here. And if we look over on this side, our marginal cost line, we just plotted it. It's below marginal revenue, and past here, our marginal cost is above the marginal revenue. And remember, marginal revenue equals average revenue equals price. So this sixth unit is the profit maximizing unit. Let's take a look at this. Right here. And we want to make the argument that if marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost, we should produce more. Well, let's look at that. Say for the fourth unit, well, marginal cost is down here, marginal revenue is way up here. We're making a profit to produce that unit. So let's produce one more. Well, what about the fifth unit? Well, here, marginal cost is down here, but marginal revenue is still higher. So let's produce it and look at the sixth. But wait a second, why don't we go to the seventh? Here we see marginal revenue is down here, but marginal cost is up here. So we're going, oops, too many. Let's produce one less. And you keep iterating back and forth till you reach that point of 6 units where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. So try not to ever forget that golden rule. It's the most important one in this course, where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. That's where profits are maximized. It's the quantity where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. That's our profit maximizing quantity. So this one here, we want to put on a tattoo and or maybe just put on a sticker on your mirror in the morning so you can see that that's the golden rule that you need to realize is no matter what firm structure you're in, monopoly, perfect competition, or oligopoly, the firms will always try and find a quantity to produce where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, and that will be where they make their most profit. Next time, we're going to draw a picture of this and show diagrammatically where the profit is, and we'll see you when we get there.